Welcome to the Big Bot Bash, where we roll numbers which will dictate what kind of bot we build. This is build making stuff annual event, so let's see what nonsensical ideas I roll. Cue those titles. So this is what the numbers generated. For the head, I've teeth, arms are pistons, body is mouldy, legs are sharp, and the flavour is rusk husk. I've no idea what Bill's smoking. But before I do any scratch building, I have to make a few changes. First, let's make the lighting look like a gentleman's club. Lovely, I've got the mood light in there now, and oh yeah, the cutting board. 1 second. I've just got to get some, there we go, some paper to match the mood lighting. So, let's start scratching this build. Legs. Now for the legs, I thought I'd use some of these plastic spoons. These spoons have been waiting for a special occasion, and there's nothing more special than the Big Bot Bash. Don't forget, after watching this video, go and check out everybody else's builds. For the legs I have in mind, I'm going to need 10 of these, so I begin to chop them down and cue montage. Talk amongst yourselves while this little clip happens. To make the legs poseable, I'll make a hole in the top. Grab a pokey ear stick and cut off both ends. Push the Q-tip through the hole and repeat until you have something that looks like this. And this is the fiddly bit where you've got to try and sandwich 2 spoons with 1 spoon in the middle until you get something like that. The second lot of spoons are slightly shorter, so then you've got like a thigh and a calf looking contraption, and just use your pokey ear sticks just to sandwich everything together. Faff about a little bit more until you get a poseable leg, and repeat. For the feet, I thought I'd use these lids from a juice carton. I dab on some hot glue and then stick my leg into place. Because I don't trust myself, I'm going to go back over all the joins with some super glue and then throw on some baking powder or baking soda just to seal the joint even more. Ooh, body. I rolled mouldy for the body, and that will happen in the painting stage. For now, I'm going to use this broken toy. I get it prepared by sanding everything down. Heat! I rolled teeth for the head, which I'm stumped on at the moment, but I've got this round container that I can use. So I'm using the hot glue again. I'm just gonna get that attached to the body. My thinking here is once I've the basic shape set out, everything else will follow. Well, that's the plan anyway. I've some broken Pew Pew toys that I can use as shoulders. To get a better surface for the glue to stick, I'll use some EVA foam to cover the gap in the toy handles. Once that's done, I can just hot glue the Pew Pew handles to the body. Time to address the hole in the toy. My thinking is I'll glue bits from the Pew Pew toy either side, and hopefully that will cover the gap. I've this plastic pipe that I'm going to use as detailing on the thighs. To make the pipe a little bit more interesting, I'll use a hole punch to give it some holes and also use those extra bits as rivets for later. Then I can hot glue the pipe to the legs. Using cut-offs from the EVA foam, I start to detail the feet. I break out the power tool to make some holes. Now remember kids, always do this under adult supervision. The other half was stood off screen while I did this. Then using hot glue, I just attach the legs to the body. Arms. If you remember, I got pistons for arms, but for now, I'm just making arms out of beads and connecting pipe. These aren't actually arms, these are hands, or fingers to be precise. Just using some wire And once I've got them in the pose I want, I'll just keep adding these little beads until I'm left with the strangest looking fingers I've ever seen. I had to chop the middle pipe off, which left me with this. It's left a hole in the middle, but I think I know what to do with that. I hot glued some pipe and put it in a pipe. While I make the arms, it's subscriber shout out. This is my way of saying thank you to all the viewers who leave a comment. Please keep them coming, as the more engagement the channel gets, the more YouTube notices. Once I'd finished making the arms, it was time to attach them to my bot. I dressed up the cuff of the bot's hands using some horseshoes. I glued the bot to a base so then it was more sturdy for me to work on, and it's time for detailing. If you remember, I rolled sharp for the legs, so I'm just going to chop down these spoons and made some Mad Max spiky knee pads. For the arms, remember, I got pistons and I'm not happy with the positioning, so because the armature wire is in there, I can reposition these arms. To make the pistons, I've got a pokey A stick and some rubber tubing. And now I can position the pistons onto the arms. I cover the bad gaps with some EVA foam and then top it off with some more rivets. Now I found these doodads in a bit box, which I'll attach to the back of the legs. I think they came from a broken construction set, but like a lot of the greeblies that we use, sometimes we just don't know where we get them from. They just appear. And do you know what's appearing next? That's right, it's code word time. If you got here before skipping to the glamour shots and you're going to leave a comment, put this code word in your comment so I know you got here before reaching for the Valium. And the code word is Mugatu. These are the tiny speakers which came from the toy Pew Pews. Waste not, want not. They'll cover gaps in the knee joints. Now, no build of mine is ever complete without a donation from the other half. So, apart from the empty jar of Vaseline, she also gave me this, which is great for bars. I couldn't find my googly eyes, but found these glass eyes, which I'm going to add to my build. 2 different colour eyes, that's my homage to David Bowie. I'll use the broken down hair curler just to cover the eyes. And the rest of it I'll use as a chest plate for the front. Now this is where I was struggling as I pulled teeth for the head. So what I thought was, maybe this bot is a tooth bot, which collects teeth from other bots. It's a stretch, I know, but it kind of works. So I gave my bot Austin Powers teeth. I used some cut down EVA foam to cover the holes in the Pew Pew toys. While building this bot, I received a care package from one of my subscribers. Cynical Mank, you are a legend. So I decided to add some of them to this build. These greeblies came in handy just to cover some of the gaps. I used cut-offs of EVA foam to give my bot's face a little detail, while I thought long and hard about how to address the teeth idea I still had to include. And that's when inspiration struck me. After watching Predator Badlands, I knew exactly how I would incorporate teeth to this head. So, after I snuck into next door's shed and borrowed some garden wire, I slowly began giving my bot an Elton John hair makeover. I gathered all the beads I had and started giving my bot Predator dreadlocks. This process was time consuming, but the end product looks okay to me. And the last thing to add was the teeth. So there we go, I've incorporated the teeth in the head. It's time to rivet this guy up, so while the other half was out, I kind of borrowed things. My regular viewers will know that I have a tendency to borrow things from the other half while she's not looking. Let's just keep it between me and you. And then that was it. Then my bot was built. Flavor. It's always fun to see something you've built out of old broken toys come together once the primer goes down. Now comes the hard part. choosing the colours. So I thought of a little backstory for this build, and that will hopefully explain the colours I've chosen. Forge, the bot-toothed fairy, lives in the deepest, darkest edge of the forest. Exiled many years ago when, after a heavy night of partying with Santa Bot and the Easter Bunny Bot, Forge inadvertently pulled out 2 wisdom teeth from a rich and powerful AI bot who lost all that wisdom after the unfortunate mishap. So the bot council voted to cast Forge out of the bot clan, and he was thrown into a life of exile. Forge now lives in the forest. His place of residence is under a creepy, witch-like looking tree. We all know that certain one tree whose outline looks like a witch's face, its branches hanging in a certain way that look like long, thin, spindly fingers. It's that tree that always makes your spine shiver or the hairs on the back of your neck stand up and you don't know why. Well, that tree is where Forge lives, simply because it's cozy inside the hollowed tree trunk. Now, sightings of Forged have often been mixed up with sightings of the Yeti or the Rig or even the Wendigo. Now, he's not evil or scary, but after years of living wild, it's changed his appearance drastically. With no service centre to clean himself, the forest has started to grow on him. So the next time you're in the forest and you hear that branch break, don't assume it's an animal. It might just be Forge trying to make contact with you. So that's it. That's my entry for the Big Bot Bash this year done. The Glamour shots are next. Don't forget to support all the builders who took part this year by watching their builds, hitting that like button. We really need everyone's help by supporting the scratch building community. And until next time, keep scratching that build, everybody. Thanks for watching.